Welcome to the jungle on a rescue mission game. Now they must fight for their lives and get to the chopper quick, because if they don't, a strong alien being will kill them all. And you know what that means. Survive in the jungle. Survive in the jungle by any means. Means must survive in the jungle. Survive in the jungle. This predator's gonna bring you down. Huh! Ow! Anyway, I'm John Retton with the retro review of Predator. Get to the Choppa. Don't be a Floppa. Get to the Choppa. I understand that Arnold Schwarzenegger said that to his friend that was looking for a rabbi. Have fun on hearing that, folks. Well, provided anybody is still listening to this review and watching this review, let's talk about Predator. In preparation for the prequel, Prey, that's dropping on Hulu in a little bit, especially, well, within about 2 days after this review drops. It's going to be really fun to see how they do that, because ever since the first Predator, which is by no means the best goddamn movie ever, but it's entertaining, it's an action movie, it's about slimy, grimy, gack covered in, gack infested being coming down and killing people. Seriously, the fucking blood looks like gack. Tell me I'm wrong. And it hunts. If it bleeds, we can kill it. Dylan, you son of a bitch. And they just do that for a while. We're amazed they weren't making the fart noises with their hands. They probably did in some outtakes. But yeah, it's directed by John McTiernan. Pretty damn good director as far as action movies. I mean, he did Die Hard, then Die Hard 3. We don't really talk about Die Hard 2. Die Hard is a Christmas movie, by the way. Hunt for Red October. Red October, standing by. Ah, good old Sean Connery. I'm a Spaniard. No, you're not. And Last Action Hero. With stars in his eyes. A last action... Okay, enough song references. Thomas Crown Affair, the remake. Then The 13th Warrior. Rain ran up Antonio Banderas' face in one of the shots. It's good. It's good editing there. Good editing there, 20th Century Fox. He also did the remake of Rollerball and Basic. Basic is the last movie that he directed that was of any note. Not a very good thing to go out on. Then again, the guy is about 71 by now, so I don't know what else he wants to direct. Maybe he wants to retire. He probably has a lot of royalties from movies like this, but written by Jim and John Thomas, who did Predator 2 Executive Decision, which is also something I need to watch because Steven Seagal got killed. Hooray! And also the remake of Wild Wild West. With Kevin Kline and Will Smith, and they spent $180 million on that shit fest. And also Mission to Mars. And I believe Behind Enemy Lines. Before they did about 18 million Behind Enemy Lines movies. Let's talk about Predator. If you have not seen Predator, pause the review. Go watch it on Hulu. Provided you have a Hulu subscription that is. Or perhaps find a friend. Go buy the goddamn Blu-ray. You'll fucking love it. And then come back. See, wasn't it great? Arnie at his most... Arnie. Do it now. Come kill me. What are you doing? Ah. Can't help but do a really bad Arnie impression. Carl Weathers is in this as Dylan, you son of a bitch. And the woman to play Dana, Elpidita Carrillo, well, let's just say she looked good here. And we had Bill Duke, Jesse Ventura, who ain't got time to bleed. Had time to do commentary for WWE television after this, and before this. Shane Black, who I believe directed the most recent Predator movie, which was not well received. And then also Kevin Peter Hall, who was the helicopter pilot. Yeah, the black guy. He also played the Predator. Jean-Claude Van Damme was supposed to play the Predator, but he complained and whined and decided to be a diva about the whole thing. Reportedly. Covering my ass here. So... yeah, commandos are sent on a rescue mission in Central America. Somewhere in Central America, just anywhere. Anywhere, it doesn't fucking matter where it is. And then they have to fight for their lives when they realize they've been had and there is a strange alien being hunting that uses heat vision and cloaking and missiles. Why is it doing this? Because it's a predator and it has no other cause in its life. Just shoot, kill. Because if you're going to shoot to thrill, then it's going to be a pill, and then there's not going to be too many. I'm just screwing that song up right there. Sorry to any AC/DC fans out there. The set was besieged by poisonous snakes, scorpions, not get over here, but actual deadly scorpions, illnesses. A lot of people got some bad diarrhea from the Mexican food, except John McTiernan, because he didn't want to eat it. And I assume other people, but of the main people, he didn't get sick. And The Predator is only on screen officially for about 8 minutes combined. In a movie called Predator, that is shockingly, that's shockingly low. But then again, as somebody pointed out to me, hey, they build a suspense. That way you don't know what it looks like. And considering that this was before CGI really got used, because computer technology was still being brought up, green screen effects, some really, really good special effects, great makeup effects. Stan Winston, of course, was involved because whenever you have something really, really good from the 70s or 80s, even the 90s, Stan Winston likely had something to do with it if it had makeup effects. And alien spacecraft speeds towards Earth, and then we go to the commandos, and we go, just everybody doing crazy lines, not lines of coke, even though I imagine some people might have. They're all, it's Arnie and his group of commandos, not going commando, thankfully. They might have, I don't know, they were wearing clothes. Carl Weathers says, we got to go on a rescue mission. Okay, I trust you, Dylan. And the goofy cartoon sneaking around music made me think the Bugs Bunny was about to come up and target Elmer Fudd. Now you can't unhear that either. But during a firefight, Jesse Ventura gets shot, ain't got time to bleed. And they find bodies stripped before they besiege this camp with these hostages. Bodies are skinned like trophies. What the hell's going on here? There's a guy named Billy, who's Native American inspired as far as his character, and is in tune with nature, and also knows we're gonna die out here. He doesn't talk like Krillin. Oh, we're gonna die. But anyway, and they just destroy everything. They just blow everything up. Arnie just decides to throw, or Dutch, that's his name, Dutch, but I prefer calling him Arnie because it's just funny. He puts a bomb in a Jeep and it just blows up everything, and they capture Anna, who's like the lone decent person out of the whole thing. Also, she's the only woman. It was a bit of a dangerous environment for her, but they were Russians. They weren't Central American. What the hell's going on here? Turns out there was an operation went tits up, and Dylan said, I need to fool a friend of mine to go fix this thing and clean this out. Jesse Ventura with a Gatling gun was fucking hilarious. So then the Predator starts hunting, starts doing all this stuff and targeting them one by one. And it was kind of funny where Arnie said to Carl Weathers' character, so you dropped the six of us into the jungle in the meat grinder. And the Predator begins striking. He kills one of the guys rather hilariously while he's upset at Anna. And she's describing the jungle came alive and took him like jungle love. Oh, wee, oh, wee, oh. The Predator is going to skin you all alive for jungle love. Oh, wee, oh, wee, oh. See, I'm just going to have fun with this and just joke around because why the fuck not? It's a movie about an alien destroying a bunch of muscle-bound commandos. Well, some that have muscles and others that are like Arnie and Jesse Ventura. And it's just fucking hilarious. It's the ultimate 80s movie. Also, John McTiernan decided at one point, after a few people got killed, the part where, they just are shooting like everything for like a minute straight, just boom, just shooting everything, blowing everything up. That was in part because John McTiernan was mocking the fact that more people wanted more gun violence. So he's like, okay, motherfuckers, I'll just give you this. It's a way to mock you. Because he had that kind of cachet at that point. And it was just funny. Just fucking hilarious watching him waste all those bullets they could have used on this Predator. And also, because if it bleeds, we can kill it. He gets shot and he has to repair his leg. And there was one funny line before Jesse Ventura got killed. This makes Cambodia look like Kansas. The Agent Orange, it's all that and everything. Why my Jesse Ventura impression sounds like Randy Savage? Probably because I can't do a Jesse Ventura impression. Come on. I can't do one. My voice is too shot from that intro. So, everybody just starts dying, basically, in hilarious ways as the Predator picks him off and does his hunting. And Dylan gets killed after, trying to set a trap with another commando. He gets his head shot off. Carl Weathers gets his arm cut off because he's been disarmed. Sorry. And bad pun, I know, as opposed to the good puns that I've said in this review. They set traps, they can't find a way to kill it, and basically Anna runs away to get to the Choppa. And he's all that's left. Arnie's all that's left. So he finds that he's covered in mud, and because the Predator uses heat, heat vision, it can't find him. Okay, it can't fucking find him. That makes sense. They use that. And then they butcher it in the next few movies. Like Predator 2. I love Danny Glover, but he was even too old for that shit, even in 1990. And then Alien vs. Predator. And Alien vs. Predator Requiem. And then Predators. And then whatever the fuck the other one was. A lot of these movies. I'm only going to retro review this one, at least until I watch Prey. Then I might retro review the others because I have no life. And the Predator, basically, he has killed every single person. Billy, Native American type character, referred to how people had gotten spooked and fired in all directions and stuff like that. And that's why the bodies were skinned, but there were no tracks. How the hell was this the case? How could they leave no tracks? They were panicked. But firing in all directions is a bit weird. If they did they just snap? Nope, they actually saw something because it's the Predator coming out of the trees. And then at one point, Arnie manages to scare it with some explosives, and it starts firing randomly because it's scared now. But it's not scared for long because it captures Arnie and does this, and catches him and says, takes off his mask. You are one ugly motherfucker. Then they have a punch out, like Mike Tyson's punch out, except you would have a better shot at beating a Predator than Mike Tyson in that game. I've beaten that game, but it fucking sucks. And then he's about to catch him in the trap where the log's going to swing down and Spike log's going to get him. He's like, come on, do it now, come get me. What are you doing? Come on, doll. And what ends up basically happening is the Predator goes around like, haha, I know that you're trying to trick me. I've learned your language. I've learned all this and everything. And then I'm dead. Gets killed. And then the Predator's laughing because he says, what the hell are you? And it sets a bomb where it's going to destroy itself. Then Arnie has to run away. And then Anna had gotten to the Choppa. And he got to the Choppa. And then that was it, pretty much. It was all downhill for the Predator franchise after that. Yeah. But this was fun. Was it great? No. It wasn't a well-written movie. But it was fun. It was an action movie, again, about an alien that kills a bunch of commandos. You don't need much more when a movie's just fun. And that's what this movie is. Fun. Very goddamn fun. Anyway, let's see how Prey is. It can't be any... I shouldn't say it can't be any worse than the previous sequels or whatever, or the Alien vs. Predator crossover, where in the first Alien vs. Predator, the Queen drastically changed her size depending on your perspective. But yes, they were in the jungle. They had to fight for their lives, as I said in the intro. Fun! Anyway, agree, disagree with what I said, like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin. I'll see you soon.